Well, hey, McFly subscribers. So, I wanted to let you guys know that I am completely switching over to Piscifun. So, I've got some other reels, Sage and, a few others that I am gonna sell. Now, I think the best way for me to sell these is on eBay. Allow you guys to bid it if you guys want it. So, I just want to give you a heads up and let you know that I'm going to be selling a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go over all the stuff I'm going to sell just in time for Christmas. If you want to give Christmas presents, if you know someone that likes the channel, or just someone that likes to fish, or heck, buy yourself a Christmas present. So I just did a review, if you guys remember, on this Crest reel. It's a great reel by Piscifun for $100, guys. I mean, it's such a good deal, and it's fully machined and just a great reel. And they've got quite a few other reels that are just high quality reels, and I don't see the need to spend $250 on a machined reel. For instance, this Sage 3200. The Sage 3200, it was a $250 reel, and that's what you got to pay to be able to get a machined reel in the United States. And granted, these aren't even made in the United States. It's a United States company, but they are actually machined overseas. They're completely manufactured overseas, and then an American company makes it, right? So everyone says stick with American made, but I mean, a lot of the American companies are machining overseas anyway. Otherwise, you'd be paying a lot more for it. You're still paying, I think, over too much money for those at $250. And these are almost the same quality. So I'm switching over. I'm completely switching to Piscifun just because I hate spending a ton of money. And I figure I'd sell off these other reels for about what I paid for these. And then I've got brand new reels, and I think I'm just going to stick with Piscifun from now on. So not only am I switching to Piscifun and don't need these other reels, or some of the other stuff I'm selling, really. Also, on my last trip, I went to the Dolores River, and I dunked my main camera, the one I set down on the river. I tripped right on the bank of the river. So my wide angle that I film myself fish, and it's just a nicer looking camera than the one I stick on my hat. I've got a GoPro. That does good for kind of close-up images and whatnot, but it just is not, it's not a high quality video. And it's nice having two cameras and kind of doing that back and forth and cutting back and forth. That's, kind of what makes my videos a little higher quality than some guys just sticking a camera on their head, right? Dunked it completely in the water. I had it in hand, and it's not waterproof. That one's not waterproof. I had it in hand, I tripped, and stuck that hand in the water, and it dunked, and it is done. It is ruined. It's completely dead. I don't have the money to buy a new one. That's going to cost me quite a bit. And from selling this stuff, if you guys want to buy it, help me out and get me the ability to buy another camera so I can continue making my videos and continue the channel. So that being said, let's go through all the things I plan on selling. So obviously my 3200, I don't need this anymore. I'm not going to use it. I have no reason to use it anymore. I like my Piscifun better. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with this reel, and it's held up and done well for me for a long time. You can see there's a little bit of abrasion on there. It's not perfect, but I am going to sell this. I'm going to sell it on eBay. By the way, if you guys want to get any of these that I'm selling, I'm going to have a link in the description section for each of these, the links to where you can actually bid on the eBay. So this one, I think I'm going to start the bidding at about $100. I think probably $99 is going to be the start of the bidding, and then you guys can bid from there. All these things, also, I've got, if you want, okay, you let me know where you want it, but I think probably it's going to be difficult, but I can actually sign it if you want. I can put the McFly on there, so if that's something that you want. Some people had suggested that I sign whatever I sell. I don't think my signature's worth anything, obviously, it's not, but some people said that they'd really like that. So if that's something you want, you let me know when you purchase it. That if you win that's what you want. You want it signed, and I'll try to sign it somewhere with a nice marker, okay? And then I'll put like some kind of epoxy or something over it so that way it stays on there for a long time. But these are used, okay? These are definitely used and used by me for a long time. But this is my 3200. I'm selling that. I've got the box. I've got the owner's manual, and I've even got a little Sage sticker in there, okay? And you guys can have all that. That's part of it. I don't know where the sock is, but I'm gonna look for it. I might have it somewhere. I think I do, okay? And if that's important to you, let me know. And I'll try to find it, or if not, I'll just buy a secondary sock. The other thing I'm gonna sell is actually a 2-pack. So this is my 2200, Sage 2200. That's just a spool. This is not a fully machined reel. This is a cast reel, but I've got a secondary spool to it too. So there's the reel. You can see it's, I wouldn't say super, nice. It's kind of beat up. I've used it quite a bit, and plus it's not a machined reel. This is cast aluminum. But it's a little dirty. I try to clean them as best as I can when I'm done, but it works really well. The drag is still good on it. In fact, you guys saw me catch that really big carp on this reel, and it handled it just fine. Okay, no issues there. And this has served me well for many years. It's a very good reel for the, decent for the money. 125 bucks, I think, starting, maybe 150 for the 50 size. Or the 5 size like this, the 5 weight, 5/6 weight is what this is. And it has line on it. So the line it's got is just the Trout Series mainstream. It's $40 line, and it's got it on there. And I'm meticulous about cleaning my line, so it's quality. This is literally something you could get and fish with and be happy with for a long time. As long as you clean the line, it'll last for a long time. And it's pretty clean, you can tell. There's really no pits or anything like that. And it's not dirty really at all. So I'm pretty good about cleaning it. There's a little bit of dirt on it, but that's just going to happen even first or 1 or 2 times you use it. It's just going to happen, but it is relatively clean and should last you a long time. No twist in the line or anything like that. But this is the reel, and it's coming with the line, and I'm also going to include the box for the line, and which has the spool in there. Okay. Ooh. There you go, mainstream trout. And I even have the little sticker there, so if you want to take this off, the line off, and put it on another reel, you can, and then use the sticker so you know where it comes from, right? Or what that line is, if you want to put it on the spool. And then here is the other spool. Both of these have backing on it. There's 20 pound backing, okay? And both of them have it. And this is the other reel. Or the other spool. So you can actually add whatever line you want, and then you've got 2 lines, okay? If you fish lakes or at all and you want to add a sink tip line or whatever, you have the ability to do that. This is all floating, weight forward 5, so it's a forward weight 5 sink floating line, and you can add whatever you want on the other spool. So this whole system, I'm probably going to start the bid also at 100 bucks. This is a $125 reel, plus the spool is like 60 bucks, plus the line is probably around about $200 worth of stuff. So I'll start the bidding at 100 bucks for all that, okay? And you guys are welcome to do it. Same thing. I will sign it if that's what you want. I will sign both, the reel and both spools if you want. However you want to do it, if you want that, okay? So there's the other. Also, I have and I just recently reviewed it, and it's a great rod and I love it. I just have other ones I use more. Ones that I built myself, and I just, it's one of those things, you build it yourself, you like it. And I've got so many 5 weights, not that I don't love this rod, I do. I fish it, I still fish it a lot, but I'm looking to get rid of, I have too much stuff. Okay, so you can only keep so much, and this is just kind of the one that I feel like I'm going to dump, just because it's hard to sell or get rid of ones that you built yourself. It's not a name brand, and people don't want it. Plus, the ones I built myself, I like a lot because I built it. Okay, it's kind of got that feel of it's mine. I made it. It's kind of like fishing flies that you tie yourself, right? So this is a TFO Lefty Cray Professional Series 2, and this is a normal 9 foot 5 weight 4-piece. This is the most common rod out there. You can see it's in good quality. Now the cork is a little bit messy. Well, that's going to happen. It's dirty. That's going to happen with a lot of use. I've had this for quite a few years and really, really used it. In fact, quite beat it up, guys. I mean, let's be honest. But it's not like it's broken. There's no issues with it. It's very high quality still, and you're not going to have any cracks. You're not going to have any issues. It is a good quality rod still. It's like dirty, and you know, maybe not as pretty as it once was, but it's still effective. Okay, so I'm gonna start this. This is a $150 rod, 169 right now actually. You know, the insert looks great. All the components work. The rod has great action. If you don't know much about, I put a link to the review that I made on this rod. And basically, being a $150 rod, I think I'm going to start the bidding. I try to do it about half, and you guys can bid up to whatever you want. But 75 bucks, I think. I'll probably bid this out. And I'm gonna, thing with all this, I'm gonna make sure I ship it correctly, so there is no damage, right? That's really important. So I've got the sock here. There's the Lefty Kreh Pro 2 5 weight 9 foot. This is the sock that it comes in, and that's all they ever sell it in. It doesn't come with a rod tube. Whenever you buy the TFO rods, they don't come with a rod tube. You have to buy one. So I've got this. I had bought a custom rod a long time ago, and someone sent me set the rod in this tube. Well, this is already set up to ship. This is a pretty good tube, pretty heavy duty. He just stuffed some paper in the top, some like tissue paper, but if you look down, if you look down in the tube, I don't know if you can see it, probably not. It's not possible to make it see, but if you look down in the tube, there's some foam at this end, and I'll just do the same that he did with this, and just make sure that it's packed correctly, and then it'll ship to you nice, and there's no issues of damage, and it'll be just like you're seeing it now. As some of you know, I've gotten a new vise. So I am selling my old vise. This is a Atlas vise. It's not the Atlas. Which one is this? So anyway, it's the rotary. I haven't used it in a while and I'm forgetting it. But it's a good vise. I've used it for many years. So I've had it for about a year and a half, but I use a lot. There's a few issues with it, I'm going to tell you. But I mean, overall, it's like bulletproof. Nothing's going to break on it. I say that. I did break something on it. But overall, it's a great vise. The jaws are pretty heavy duty. They hold, if you guys have been watching the channel, you know, you've seen me use it on wide range of flies or of hooks. You can hold down to size, I've used it down to size 28 and all the way up to like 4/0, okay? And it works. Wish there was a little more room. It was a little more pointy for the smaller ones, really small flies. You know, it would be a little easier, but it's still, you can do it, okay? But I mean, really, in reality, how many of you are tying that small? Unless you're fishing the San Juan, probably not. The only thing that happened was this broke. So what happened was I was using super glue and it squeezed and popped all over and went all through here. I ruined the spool thread that I had, but also got into here and went into these grooves. So you might be able to fix this. But I tried with pliers to turn it, just like this piece here. And it had a little knob like that, and I could not get it, and it broke this plastic knob off. And I can't, what that does is that allows this to move up and down. So when you do the rotary feature, it basically it keeps the hook from doing this, right? It makes it kind of where it stays right square. You can adjust that up and down. But it never really affected much. You know, in the way a lot of times when I'm doing the rotary feature, I'm not worried too much about it, whether that is going up and down or moving. I'm not doing super tiny dry flies or anything like that, right? So it didn't matter too much. But basically this comes with the pedestal. It also comes with a C-clamp. And it is pretty much a bulletproof vise besides that. Obviously, I messed it up. So I'm not going to really sell this for too much. This is going to be a pretty inexpensive vise for someone. I'll probably start this bidding at 40 bucks, considering there's a $130 vise new. The only thing busted on is that. The rest of the vise works great. You can see the jaws move. If you want to tighten them up a little, and they go all the way down, and they hold very well. The jaws work great. The rotary feature works wonderful. Of course, I have this tightened. Works very well. It's pretty smooth. And You can pop this off and stick it in the C-clamp if you want, and it all works very well, okay? So, good vise overall, and start the bidding at 40 bucks. And, you know, you guys want to see it, and if you want to get it, I'll also sign it if you want, wherever you want it. Probably best spot would be on the base here, but however you want to do it. I tried cleaning it up pretty good. I'll probably do a little more cleanup with it before it goes out, but there is a little bit of kind of glue on the base, but oh well. I never use a C-clamp on this, so that's new, okay? And last but not least, this has nothing to do with fishing, but I am selling an old camera. So I thought I'd just throw it up there if you guys want it. This is a Nikon. It's the D, I think, 80. I think a D80. Well, it'll be in the, like I said, I'll put a link to it. Yeah, D80, sorry. So it's the D80. This doesn't do video, but it takes some pretty high quality images. I think I've seen these used for 150 bucks. People, you know, just like this, that people are getting rid of them. They're still a quality camera. This was like $1,000 camera back in its day. Of course, now I'm using what I'm filming on right now. It's a Sony a6000. I just have no need for this. This one does video and images, and does it a little better than this, obviously. And being this one's now a $1,000 camera, this is, you know, this is used. It's old. But it comes with the charger, comes with a lens. So the camera itself was $1,000, and I think the lens, this is probably came in a kit, I think, from what I remember. But it is a pretty decent lens, and it does quite a bit of zoom, okay? And it says it's a macro. I wouldn't say it's macro. You can't get super close, but you know, you can take some pretty decent images of flies. So you can get somewhat close. It's just not a one-to-one macro, okay? But neither is the one I'm using right now. Okay, this has got about the same zoom ability as what I've got right now on this one and the camera I'm using right now to film. But this is a pretty good camera, and it's a full-sized DSLR. Okay, so if you guys want to check that out, I'm gonna, since everyone sells them used for 150, I'll put the bidding start at around 75 and let you guys bid from there. And by the way, this is eBay, so other people besides people watching the channel might bid. I don't know what these are going to end up going for, okay? And I would rather do it the bid system, so that way, you know, I would like to make more money than what I'm starting the bids at, if possible. But if not, I won't feel depressed if I let some of this go at the price that I'm starting at, right? I would feel really sad if I started the bid at 10 bucks and no one ever bid on my rod and I'd sell it for 10 bucks. That would be really sad. But I also don't want to go and, you know, say, hey guys, I want you to pay, you know, $150 for this when it's used. Just because I signed it, I don't think that's worth that. But up to you if you want. Like I said, if you want me to sign any of this, I'll sign it. You probably don't want the camera signed. But if, you know, if you do, I will. Whatever you guys want, I'm gonna, you know, try to help out. But that's what comes with it. It has the battery. It turns on. You can see, turns on right there. Get this out of the way, and then you can see. So it works. Takes pictures. And I've got a 2 gigabyte SD drive I'll include with it that you put in with it. SD drive goes right here, and I've got it laying around somewhere, and that's what came with the camera. And that's really, 2 gigabyte is small nowadays, but that's enough for this, because this takes I think 4,000 by 3,000 or something like that images, and that's all it does. It doesn't do video, so 2 gigs will last you a long time. Okay, so overall guys, that's what I've got selling here. And if you guys want to check it out, again, just know I am switching to Piscifun, okay? Really am. That's why I'm getting rid of a lot of this other stuff. And also, it's nice to make a little extra money in the holidays here, pay for some gifts for other people. And most of my friends and family and stuff don't do a lot of fishing, so it's hard to give away this stuff, so I need to buy them other stuff. But if you guys have family and friends during the holidays that you know might like this stuff, go ahead and check out in the description section down below. You'll see links to all the eBay listings. So I will see you on the next video. Now you guys go catch some fish.